Okay. Alright, we're gonna do Walpurgis Night. We're gonna run. We're gonna continue. We're gonna continue the game. The game shall be continued. Let's keep going. Hit me baby one more time. Only 5? Holy shit, man. Only 5. Okay. Green Cliff. We love Green Cliff. The only reason yes, me and you play Limbus Company is because of Millie. You don't include me on this, okay? This is all you, brother. This is all you. This is not me, okay? I like the game. Isn't your Long Dong still level 1? Hey, Lowell. Listen, gang. You don't understand what I'm cooking. Whoa. Are these green lights still green? How are these green lights still green? I can't read anymore. Another unexpected alarm, but we all react with measured astonishment, as we'd all grown to get rather used to the randomness of it all. I think this is a full stop. Why is your name Thigh Job Enjoyer, bro? Milt has said to refute the claims and you'll be good. The only song you kinda can't refute is Pass, which is played at the end of cantos. Oh, Red, please stop. I can read. I don't believe you, Trench. I'm gonna be completely real with you. Why did I just hear a pipe? What do you mean? What are you talking about, Ash? There hasn't been a pipe on... I don't know what you're talking about. I think you're hallucinating, Ash. I'm not gonna lie. Long Dong maybe level 1, but will grow quick. Alright, Teal, welcome to the list. That's your second entry. The goddamn beeping. I'm sorry, this is probably a bad time to do this, but like, welcome to the list, Teal. Let's go. Let's go. He's on the frickin' list. He's on the frickin' list. Top 10 chatters. Alright. We gotta finish the beeping. The beeping's kind of annoying. Let's continue. This is over. Yeah, I gotta stop this. Okay. It's unlikely that it has completely evaded the influence of T-Corp singularity. However, it can be said that this partial retention of color can be attributed to the fact that Walpurgis Night is a transitory moment in which numerous possibilities coincide. Oh, okay, because we're in T-Corp, that's why they're wondering why it's green. Makes sense. FostGPT nonchalantly, it was 2 messages away! Please change your smoke detector battery. FostGPT nonchalantly walking up to the driver's seat and shutting off the alarm. Lo, 'tis returned, the Walpoo whatever night. Dawn's on screen, dawn's on... Don Quixote and her eyes begin to twinkle at the smallest diversion after another long period of idle standby. It's all just become part of the routine. I will be on Red's list one day. You gotta you say something funny. Even mysterious things like with these Walpurgis nights. Don Quixote, oh, an additional volatility aside from Walpurgis Night has been detected. An additional volatility? Indeed, the entrance to a new mirror dungeon has opened. Oh yeah, that. Healthcare mutters quietly as he rises from his seat. I thought it was a time for a new one. I thought it was about time a new one opened. It happens every time we go through the bloody Ringa. Didn't expect it to appear with green flashes though. Healthcare lightly struck the end of his club against the floor in visible anticipation. The word that was once engraved into the club had changed. A few days ago, I saw him sitting at the back of the bus, busily sanding and carving something into his club. Oh shit, it changed. I didn't have to ask to know what he meant by the new word, so... Important plot details are hidden in these little minis, right? So you should really read everything. So many, like, important plot details are in these minis. I decided not to bring it up to anyone else. Only Healthcare and I retained that memory after all. Though, I was going mad from tedium. Come on, let's go bash some sods. How nice. I like seeing some initiative from the sinners. Miss Foss GPT. Indeed. Let us move without delay. Dante, bring us to the corridor of the back door. Past the back door. Got it. Try my best to shake this odd, uncomfortable feeling that healthcare's newfound enthusiasm didn't come off as entirely optimistic. I led the sinners to the back door. 2 types of doors at once, huh? The 2 new sets of doors, just as Foss GPT had predicted. Can you change Dante to manager bud in the languages? In the Discord at Kaipo. 1 set of doors was, as I expected, 2 metal doors resonant with the sound of wuthering gusts and a new mirror dungeon. And the other set of doors was... Are these papers? It's all sparkly? It was an unfamiliar door radiating with an odd gleam of light. Technically, we did see the radio frequency all squiggly we did see the weird radio frequency like squiggly lines around the door before, but everything else about it was new. Eleanor! I guess this one doesn't connect to the Lobotomy Corporation like the last one did. Weird. I think I'm hearing... Is that jazz? Oi, is this even a door? It's more like a window than a door, isn't it? Right. This new entrance definitely resembled a large window rather than a door. The window was blurry, and all I could see past it were some globs and shapes moving about. There appeared to be several shambling entities past the entrance. GPT seemed to have realized something, but she didn't tell us what it was. Said she merely looked in my direction without saying a word. I'm starting to get what she means by that look. Guess I'll have to get in there and see what this is all about, right, GPT? You are experiencing regular growth in capabilities. She's such an asshole. GPT considers this to be a positive development, and she's a completely she's a completely useless asshole, by the way. Yeah. A field of green and a wall of tall. Great trees appear before us as we enter the door, but at this point, it'll take a bit more than this to surprise us. At who of the Discord? Kaipo. CYPO. Ah, so nice to have our colors back for once, huh? Quiet. There's an abnormality. So, these things are what we saw past the window earlier. This is fairy? This is a fairy? We are yet to be discovered. I recommend that we prepare for combat, Manager. Is it at 2 times speed? Is that why it's... No, it's at normal speed. Why do we call Hung Lu Hung Lo when Mersalt is the one who's hung? No, he's more pepper. There goes all my lunacy. Crinkle! Welcome to the first achievement Walp encounter. Eleanor! Why are you trying to riz me up, Eleanor? What the hell? Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We are yet to be discovered. I recommend that we prepare for combat, Manager. I didn't even need to tell the sinners what they were. It was pretty clear that from the get-go that we'd be fighting an abnormality. The sinners all stood ready to charge into battle at my command. What's cooking? Good looking? I'm cooking and good looking, yes sir. But it's a bit different this time. So, GPT, I'm starting to get the hang of the Walpurgis Night thing, and please, do continue. I think there's something different about these abnormalities. Can you explain why? Considering the nature of abnormalities, every encounter with an abnormality would be equivalent to an encounter with a summoned entity. Nevertheless, there exists a certain degree of difference when we encounter them in the Refraction Railway or a mirror dungeon. That is to say, we enter a site once known as the library, a building that inexplicably appeared above the former L-Corp headquarters. And this exact location is said to be the space that exists within a book in which the abnormality resides. The library. Where have I heard that term before? Some sinners talked about it, that's for sure. Quite. This space is... Yet this space is fairly distinct from the containment units we had witnessed before at one of the branches. Kaipo's offline. I mean, you can add him and then he'll answer you later. Mods, get ready. It appears as though an ideal habitat. He said ideal has been established precisely for that Admiralty's residence. A rather striking difference from the very limited space and unaccommodating environment provided by the containment units. Yes, you may compare this place to a terrarium, and the Admiralty inhabiting this place has transformed its environs to a form most suitable for its dwelling. Here are some comparisons that make it easier for one to comprehend. A fish would fill this space with water. A worm would fill the space with soil. Gotcha. So, as long as the Admiralty exists within this book, it can deck this place out with whatever its fancy, huh? It would be more accurate to say that an Admiralty, once outside the confines of the Qlifoth deterrence, can rebuild its environment to fit its needs. Whoa, that's kind of like free housing, huh? That's when Dawn's on screen. Don Quixote, who was standing rather far from the group, who was made aware of these revelations only after Morpepper had relayed them to her. Book, our journey hath brought us but inside a book. Thou sayest, Dawn's on screen. Dawn's no panic. The library of legend vanished like a mirage for truth. Suddenly blew up with explosive enthusiasm once again. I will add a preamble in the future to prevent such outbursts. We've been detected, executive manager. Dawn, no, why, Dawn? Yeah, let's get this over with first. Fishmail has a lot of Lobotomy Corp information as well. Shalong Quixote. Shut up, frick. What are you cooking? Me when Red says he's straight. I'm literally straight, gang. Okay? Straighter than 12 o'clock, straighter than a meter, okay? Straighter than a road. Literally straight. Straighter than a light pole, okay? Literally straight as hell. You never met someone straighter than I was. Let's talk about the message above mine. Boss GPT, no, nope, this is very... Scene 2, 12 o'clock. Holy ref. I know. Oh, you sent a message earlier. Greencliff lore. I want lunacy protection, Greencliff, 2-day countdown. I don't know what the frick you're talking about. Every other day. Don't worry about it. Do you think Long Dong is living? I think something is definitely... I'm not gonna finish that. Straight like Eternus, 73% straight fly. No, 100% straight. Aren't light poles round? I'm straighter than a light pole, okay? Gang, link to your Discord. The link to your Discord doesn't work. Trench, you don't work. Yeah, I said it, Trench. Yeah, I frickin' said it, Trench. I frickin' said it. What the frick do you mean my link to the Discord doesn't frickin' work, okay? You don't frickin' work, okay? That's what the frick I said, Trench. Frick you. He cannot win rate this? Huh. Ye of little faith. Ye of little faith. Ye of little... You Loki has potential to become GD top 1 player. Geometry Dash? When are you completing Eternus? What is Eternus? Geometry Dash? It literally works, gang. I don't know what the frick is wrong with you. Geometry Dash. Are you joking? Geometry... Did you see my gameplay for Geometry Dash? It was terrible. What the frick do you mean top 1 player of Geometry Dash? Eternus is top 0 hardest level. He can win rate almost every stage except some Kantos in 7, 8, or 9. You could rival Zoink. There's no... Did you see my freaking gameplay for Geometry Dash? It was garbage. How is Rian still alive? But in order for a glow stick to shine, you gotta break it. So if you want to shine, we gotta crack.
그쯤 해줬으니 포장장 한번 벗겨야겠군. 이 순간이 다 되어내리라. 숨막히도록 견뎌왔고 절박하게 갈망했으니 헤아릴 수 없이 저주했으니 자신 있으면 받아봐. 갖고 놀기.
Frick you, Stego! You forgot to take off add text. What are you cooking? What are you cooking? What are you cook? Okay, whatever. All right. That was way harder than I expected. GPT explains that we find ourselves in the library's past. We are participating in a certain repeated battle within the library. Its purpose was to attain something called the realization of the floor of history. I goon, frick you! Yeah. Sorry, I don't understand most of what she said. Okay, Red, I'm joining the Discord. Oh no. Alright, the Discord's ruined because Seme joined. Floor of history, huh? Are there other floors too? That appears to be the case, yes. It can be extrapolated from the collected intelligence that the library is, like some normal libraries, composed of several floors divided by subjects such as literature or religion. Would it be in shambles if I join? It would be destroyed if Stego joins. We can't handle both Seme and Stego in the same freaking Discord. Doesn't sound too different from your average library, but I doubt it's that straightforward. Anything more you can tell us about the library, FossGPT? Something more detailed? FossGPT whose voice carries an air of troubled uncertainty. Bina's in the Discord? No way. Okay, Bina's not in the Discord. You lied to me. Mods permanently banned Lowell for 3 seconds. And I'm starting to realize why. So, you don't know about that just yet? I see. You've intuited a certain degree of truth, Dante. I don't suppose there is any more reason for me to remain evasive regarding this particular subject. Lowell just typing shit. If Bina joined... Well, guess what Red? I joined. Frick you, Trench. Well, you heard him, Lowell. By the way, if Bina joins the Discord, that legally means that we have to delete the Discord, by the way. So we have to keep streaming and hope that Bina never joins the Discord. Because if Bina ever joins the Discord, we legally are required to delete it. And the Discord will be gone forever. I'm sorry. So Bina might join the stream, but we have to hope and pray that Bina never joins the Discord. Never. Hope and pray. Pray to whatever god you believe in. Feel my presence in the Discord. Frick you, Stego. Why would you join this shit? Praying to Zhaon right now. What if I low-key rated it? Frick you, Trench! Themes and such. FossGPT let out a barely no... God, I got pinged in the Discord. I gotta read it. True, innit? Oh no. Is that Seme? QC no? Seme's okay. Seme ruins everything, but you know, it's alright. Read the rules, pal. Sound the alarms. Is that Semi? Banned instantly. How could this happen? Okay. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Let's continue. Let's continue the game. Next Walpurgis will have sinners as IDs for other sinners, trust me. Hi Red, I joined. Okay, that was you. The British are here. The British are here. Do not panic, for the British are here. LGBT let out a barely noticeable but clearly shocked gasp before regaining her usual calm demeanor. Wait, what? Yes. I am yet to become a LGBT who has access to that information. Oh, she's shocked that she doesn't know something. Oh my gosh, she's just so useless, bro. I hate her. Yet to become. As your journey continues, I may also gradually gain recognition and access to further knowledge. Send it in suggestions, Stego. One thing is certain, however. LGBT regards this consistent continuous improvement to be a positive development, Dante. I see. The longer my journey, the greater her knowledge, huh? That explains why she kept falling silent in the middle of her lectures. I have no idea how long this journey will last for, but who knows? Maybe we'll find ourselves at the library one day. With that, I return to the sinners, wandering about the scattered pages of the Admiralty. The British are coming. We are all fricked. It's almost like Foss is stupid, actually. No, I think you're cooking with that take. I think Foss is actually dumb as hell. We just don't know yet. We just don't know it yet. I actually think Foss is actually a big LARPer and dumb as hell. We just don't know it yet. Literally. Time killing time. So when's the sun exploding since I joined? It already exploded, bro. But it takes like 8 minutes for it to reach us, you know what I'm saying? So the hard mode, the problem with the hard mode of these... Oh, let's just skip through these. Baby pause is better than out. Baby pause is better than adult pause. The F in FOSS stands for fraud. Red, will there ever be a writing channel? Go to suggestions and just type a writing channel. The problem with this shit is that, do you see this? It takes 20 in Coughlin to actually do these, even though they're hard mode versions of the things. You know what I could do? Oh, no, hold on. Okay, no, I can do that. Ping Nico for a writing channel. Yeah, ping Nico. I'm not going to do it while I'm playing the game. A scandal in time. Dawn's on screen, don't panic! Don Quixote loudly and obnoxiously flips through the newspaper with it in her hands while peppering a few insightful chuckles. Unfortunately, I know exactly what this means. And... that she will continue to try and draw my attention until I acknowledge her at the most appropriate moment. Actually, Stego, just use the creativity channel. It's for creative stuff. So I guess you could, I mean, maybe you could make a writing specific channel. I don't know. Anyway, ping Nico. Just use the creativity channel. Right, your stream completely bugged out my phone. What did you do? Well, I just don't like you. That she will continue to try and draw my attention until I acknowledge her at the most appropriate moment. Okay, Don Quixote, fine. What is it? Manager Esquire, dost thou know that the city's upstart companies, such as the one Limbus company, must always pay close heed to the ever-changing world around us? He thee hither. Read thy newspapers, Manager Esquire, and do keep up to date on the events of the city, as more Pepper and I, Don Quixote, do here every morrow. But just go along with it. Why don't you? I'm pretty sure she's talking about more Pepper and one of his morning routines. You know, the one with the newspapers. If I keep doing this voice, I'm actually gonna faint. Canto 7 is gonna be crazy. The newspaper routine, where he makes up wakes up before the crack of dawn, parks himself on the chair, folds one leg over the other, and does it at an exact 90-degree figure or leg lock position, and peruses the newspaper, the morning newspaper? That. I guess it left an impression on her, but she'll be back to her usual self in a week or so. If I ever just stop talking, that's because I fainted because I'm doing Don Quixote's voice. Where he wakes up. Hearken unto me! Art thou paying attention? Yeah, totally. So, what's new? What did an article mention? Did an article mention us or something? Oh! How didst thou know? Wait, really? Forsooth! Feast thy eyes on page 3, though 'tis quite regrettable that we were robbed of the chance to be on the front page. Huh? Page 3? We're really starting to put our names out there, huh? I'm gonna head out. See you, Trudge. Don Quixote and Portia, the two sinners, guaranteed to draw the full attention of whichever space they inhabit were speaking. It was only a matter of time before the other sinners began crowding around us, curious about the commotion. A dramatic conclusion to the mysterious disappearances at T-Corp. Kiwami would be jumping up and down if they were here. No, for real. Shocking! The perpetrators of this mysterious case has been revealed to be none other than the prestigious Edgar family, appalling the general public. Well, I don't think we needed to hear that part. What else does it say? With small assistance from some wandering bystanders who happened to be lost in this area, the most admirable heroics of the T-Corp Class 3 Association collection staff on the scene. Wandering bystanders, is it? Perchance that particular denotion refers to us. Where's the bathroom? It's in the room at the bath, where the bath is. Yeah. Bystanders. They're treating us like we were barely there. They didn't even mention our company name. I know this game was probably made, or this canto was maybe made before the use of AI. But doesn't that look like AI text to you? World Cup, everyone jump his ass. Doesn't that look like AI text to you? That looks like AI text to me. I don't know if this canto was made before AI was big. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe this was AI generated. Ah, come on. Can't believe Limbus company used AI. What the frick? It said skin clear. Ah, come on. Those time collectors weren't even there. This is within expected range of behavior for the news media. AI was way back in 2030. Okay, it was made. Big Ben in the background. This really is England. We're in London. We're in London, everyone. We're in London. Well, there may be those who seek to interview us after reading this very article, perhaps. Yeah, I'm sure they'll have a grand old time looking for wandering bystanders for an interview. Very descriptive. I don't anyone will pay us any attention, Don Quixote. Better not set yourself up for disappointment, and I think it's just Minecraft enchanting table rating. Maybe Minecraft enchantment table rating is actually AI before AI. We were standing there for a good moment in a big group chattering about the article when someone slowly but smoothly walked between us. Excuse me, are you Limbus company? Are you Limbus company employees by any chance? You fellas are. I'm sure you are already aware of the reason of our visit. I actually kind of like the steampunk aesthetic right now. Look at that. Look at that. Hold on. Look at that. Oh, and she's got like a timepiece where her watch should be. Look at that cooking. Oh ho! I welcome thee here. Long and hard have I awaited thy arrival. Why did that make me laugh? Now, from whence shall we begin? Whoa, is she really here to interview us? No way. Don Quixote is just losing her mind at nothing? I was not told that any interview would be taking place. Long and hard. I know. I don't know why that made me laugh. My, where'd Virgo at a time like this? Now, where'd I put that leftover hair gel from Heath's makeover? Thou may commence! Alright then.
분할 납입 하십니까? 전부 다 했다고는 볼 수 없지.
Verily, I shan't take all the credit and that we have accomplished there. Will you be making your tax payment in installments? She's a tax woman? This is crazy. Hmm? Huh? Okay, we're clearly not on the same page here. We are tax collectors from T Corp's Time Collections Agency, currently on a mission to collect your overdue time tax. Those ilks are never bringers of good tidings indeed. Wait, time tax? No, that doesn't make any sense. We already paid our time tax in full when we went through T Corp Ness immigration process. Virginia said a few days ago aboard Softly's. Are you sure we don't need to pick up a timepiece for each of us to carry? The IRS, run! Red, I'll wait for Canto 6. After that, I stop hating and glaze like Audas. Stego, I finished Kant! I just finished! Red, in Discord, they hate me. Seme? Thank God. You probably know this already. But in T-Corp, everyone must carry a timepiece. Yes, I know the rules. Why did you typo, Stego? But for every rule, there is always room for an alternative that offers a bit more flexibility. Of course, I don't suppose it's listed anywhere on that pamphlet. Can you finish Canto 3? I'm bored. I finished Canto 3! Outsiders seeking a short-term stay at T-Corp can pay the appropriate time tax for the length of their stay to be exempt from the relevant obligations, instead of going out of their way to abide by T-Corp's rules. As you may have expected, anyone born outside District 20 must go through numerous hoops before they can be issued a timepiece. Red, when are we finishing Canto 1? Okay, this is today's joke, isn't it? This is today's joke. You're all trying to freaking rage bait me, okay? We just finished Canto 6, okay? Finishing Canto 6 implies that I have finished Canto 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, okay? When are we fishing? What about Canto 10? This is what I decided to do with my life. I could have done anything. I could have been anything. I could have been a plumber. I could have been a software engineer. I could have been an astrophysicist. I could have done anything with my life, but I decided to sit here and be rage baited by chat. That's what I decided to do. It's just payback for the rage baiting that you do. Actually, you're kind of right. All right, I deserve it. Red, when are we finishing Canto 12? See you, Zulit. Jacob, when are you finishing? I'm finished. Jacob is finished today. Red, did you know the game collabed with Arknights? I didn't know that. Answer the question, Red. Okay, so when you think about what the answer to the question is, it's a really important question. It's a big question. It's a question that is very important to everyone, actually. I think even Socrates had this question once upon a time. That is a big freaking question. Red, when are we finishing the prologue? That is a very good question, actually. So when Socrates asked me the question, yeah, I actually knew Socrates. When are you going to finish the prologue? I thought about that question for a very long and hard time, because that's a very hard question to answer. When are we finishing the prologue? Now, what is a prologue, really? We gotta get our Socrates nuts. We gotta... That's going on the list, but let me finish this bit. The presence of a prologue implies the presence. Also in Discord, it forces me to be green. When do we goon like a hive mind? The presence of a prologue implies the presence of a beginning. So what is a beginning? A beginning is definitely the part of the thing that begins. Yes, that is what a beginning is. So now that we know our definitions of what a beginning is, we can now talk about when the beginning will end. Now, when we start with the beginning, we reach the beginning of the story. Now, when we're at the beginning of the story, that implies that we're not at the end of the story. So when we're at the beginning of the story, and we do the thing where we begin the story, that implies that we're not at the end. So the answer to your question really is that when I I lost it when you started to use your vocal cord. So the answer to your question really, when are we going to begin the prologue of the canto, is that we're going to begin the prologue of the canto when we begin the prologue of the canto. So when are we going to finish canto 6.7? 6.7 is we're going to start canto 6.7 at the time when canto 6.7 finishes. Yes. Yo, I'm late. What have I missed today? Today we have discovered when I am going to do the prologue of Limbus Company. Yes, and we discussed it. Come back in like an hour. He's just gonna yap. You guys know me too well. Today we finish it. Anyway, you're legally allowed to laugh because she said 6-7. Everyone laugh right now. Everyone laugh. I am mentally checked out. Your words are too hard for me. VOD viewer, skip 6 or 7 hours. That's not laughing. Close enough. Why is Red trying to LARP poetry? I am a poet. And don't you know it? What can I say? Crinkle, are you on the list? Hold on. Yes, you are. You're the one that said red feline arrow. I feel like I should... Oh, wait. No, this is from Lowell. Okay, my bad. My bad. That's actually from Lowell. Where's Lowell? Lowell, that's your first entry. No way! No way! Welcome to the list. Welcome to the list. I'm on the list finally. Lowell has joined the ranks of the top 10 chatters. Lowell is on the list. Let's go, Lowell. Congratulations, Lowell. Congratulations. Socrates, if he gave up and went to the special stuff. Since when do you have a soundboard, Red? I don't. I'm just playing a video on YouTube. I am Oppenheimer. Existence again. Nightwolf, how you doing? I'm so confused. You're on the freaking list. Welcome to the top 10 chatters list. I hope you enjoy your stay. Are you on the list? Red Arrow 2026. I was being honest. What happened? Socrates nuts. That's you being honest? Wait, no, that's Crinkle. Oh shit, did I screw up? I think I screwed up. Oh shit, no, I screwed up. Hold on, you're not on the list. Frick you, Lowell. You're not on the list. Frick you, Lowell. Get fucked. Get fucked, nerd. That's right. That's right. That's a Crinkle. That was a Crinkle quote. Get fucked, nerd. Feels bad for you. Feels bad for you. That was actually a Crinkle quote. My bad. My bad. The chat moved up and it screwed me. There you go. Socrates nuts. Let's go. Cucked. Get fucked. Am I on the list, right? I think you are. I want to be on the Red Stein list. Get fucked, nerd. Get me out of here. I wasn't even supposed to. That wasn't supposed to be a joke. Straight back to hell. All right. Sorry, we've been LARPing too long. Let's get back to the game. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry my stream is like this. So, find my quote, Red, please. Okay, I guess we're not going back to the game. What is Ash's quote? What was Ash's quote? Smash. Ash, there it is. Red, I was hungry, so I ran to the fridge for some turkey. The timing! The timing! Okay. Alright, well. Can we end stream? That was peak. That was peak. I wouldn't even know how he stalled so long that my brain is fried. That was impeccably timed. Kanye, I think. Kenya? Can you think of any other jokes like that, Red? I ran out of ideas. Yeah, let's end stream. Kanye mentioned Kenya? Dude, the pipe is like my dad. It appears out of nowhere. At this point, just end stream. Where did that come from? I read it as Kanye, but it's Kenya. It's Kenya. My bad. My bad. It's not Kanye. It's Kenya. Kenya. When are you playing Neko Para Sekai Connect Cat Made Gotcha game? Dog, I'm playing it right now, Lowell. Do you have eyes, Lowell? Are you blind or some shit? I'm playing it right the fuck now, okay? Do you have ears? Actually, do I have lower CD or something? I can just spam messages, yeah? There's a 5 second something. 1 hour of silence occasionally broken by metal pipes falling. So, okay, I'm gonna play the game. I'm gonna play the game. We're gonna continue the game. I am blind. You need to describe the cat girls for me. So there's a cat girl right here. His name is Virginius. You can see the cat ears right there. And he's a tsundere. All right, I'm playing the game. I'm playing the game. I'm playing the game. So we have elected to pay 30 days worth of time tax on the spot before entering D Corp's borders. Impressive. Tell me just at me in the Discord to remind me. Impressive. It can't have been cheap. Yet I wish to wear a watch as well, like Lady Autism does. Haven't I already made it clear that this is not a fashion item? As I have said in the past, the company has no budgetary concerns. It is a given that they would be taking care of such expenses. We're finally starting to operate like a real professional company now, you know? Yeah, there must have been a minor miscalculation or something. Maybe we fell slightly short of the amount we had to pay. It hasn't even been 30 days since we arrived here, though. Well, I'm sure we can pawn away their stuff to fix whatever... I'm sure we can pawn away their stuff to fix what probably amounts to a rounding error. Easy peasy. Heathcliff muttered, gesturing to Skinclear and Hunglow with his chin. If it'll help pay the time tax, then sure. Oh, maybe. I didn't pack much when I left, though. Well, let's hear the damage. How much time tax do we owe you? Currently, you are... 10... Hold on. This is... Okay, this is thousands. This is millions, billions. 10 billion, 40,000 on behind the time tax payments. What? Did my hearing get worse or something? I heard a 10, a 40, and the rest just kind of flew right over my head. For that much money? Oh, we might have to make a brief stop at my place first. What other options do we have if we don't, if we can't pay the tax? Can't pay the tax is not an option. Your only options are the following. Make your payment with time or money. With interest, of course. What the hell does making payment with time even mean? Now that I think about it, I remembered someone talking about paying with time. I remember someone talking about paying with time before. I never really cared to find out exactly what they meant, though. Longdong Healthcare? Know anything about this? I have not once failed to make my payments during my residency at the nest. Thus, I know not what transpires on an occasion in which one fails to pay the time tax. See you, rats. I've never been involved in messy businesses like taxes at the manor. Either. And in my backstreet stays, boss dealt with the complicated shite like that for the rest of us. I did see a few poor sods getting dragged away because they failed to cough it up, though. Well then... With their not-so-helpful answers, my mind immediately began to wander toward FOSS-GPT, who I hoped would know something more about this than the two of them. That's when autism suddenly and defiantly stood between us and the collectors. This is completely unreasonable. What kind of shoddy calculation led to this nonsensical figure? Tax calculations at T-Corp are always exceptionally reasonable. The clock's ticking. Would it be correct to assume that you lack both the capability and the will to make your fair payments? Wait, we don't have to escalate this. Can we get a timeout? Your choice words may be quite unwise. Cry and whine all you want about not wanting to escalate things when we've got 10 billion on in your pockets. I won't recognize your opinion as anything of worth otherwise. No? Then shut up and stay out of our way while I deal with this obstacle that dares to stand in our path. How exciting. A 10 billion on death. 10 billion and 40 million. 10 billion and 40 million on, to be exact. This is so weird. Cheeseburger. Alright, we did one node. It's time to end stream. Goodbye, guys. Alright, that was a good stream. We had fun. Thank you for the rose. I appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, we had a good stream, guys. Thank you for watching. Yeah, that was a great stream. Yeah, awesome. Wait, 2 April Fools. Okay, we're gonna continue reading these. What are these? A railroad refraction railway line 3. Excuse me, what? That much money? Just do the same as me. Evade taxes unless their clash power is too high. Wait, are we actually ending? No. A railway growing with orange light, says line 3 on the side. Just as predicted, each new railway seems to come with different color. I'm sure the next one... we should probably continue with Dante's notes. I actually forgot to do this. But the subway train followed a circular track. It stopped every station it passed by. The rest of the stations along the way... There were rest stations along the way. So this wasn't as bad as the one we suffered through last time. Again, we found abnormalities we'd never seen before. If it really is as FOSS-GPT said, the railway trains are really stopping by the world of abnormalities. Maybe we can go even further. 2. Going through the mirror dungeons kind of feels like we're wading through an abstract ocean of a world, and the refraction railways have a more detailed appearance, kind of like a corridor of sorts. So many unknowns. Who built the stations? Who puts the rewards in Lost and Found? Where's this subway train that looks a bit like Mephistopheles coming from? How did it even get to how did it even get placed on the subway tracks? We got S-Corp lore? Okay. I've never seen... How could you buy a house and necessities? You could buy a house and necessity with that money. I've never seen anyone actually read these. It's because we used Durante in our area where time has already changed, so it multiplied our costs. Oh, frick, newbie! Shit, newbie! What the frick, man? Ah, shit. I read that. Shit, fuck. Fuck. Okay, it's not that bad, but still, like, come on, bro. Chillax. Right, I've conceived an idea of most ingenious. What did you say? Rotato, what happened? It's 2 nodes in, but my bad. Because you missed the message, I gotta not read that chat. I gotta read the actual YouTube chat, because, like, there's spoilers. Newbie, what the hell, man? Because you missed the message, the amount you owe is basically... $6.5 million USD. Jeebus. Check creativity channel sometime. It wasn't anything crazy. I just feel the info wasn't revealed yet, so it shouldn't be said. Yeah, just don't say stuff like that. Okay, well. Alright, well, we'll just move on. It's not that bad, but just, like, be careful about that, man. Like, don't just freaking post spoilers in the chat. Because I do read chat, okay? Okay, I actually forgot to do this. People can't resist. It's dumb. I don't know why people are like that. Mods, you forgot to pin a message. Damn it, mods. Pin a no spoilers, but read me, streamer, I must be read. No, alright, I'm posting a spoiler. Mirror worlds are worlds in mirrors. Hear that pipe? That was nobody's kneecaps being broken. Free spoilers, no for real. Okay, we're gonna continue reading. Escort. Wait, how are they in debt if Limbus has like a bunch of money? Well, Newbie just spoiled it. So it was supposed to be a mystery, but Newbie just spoiled it. I think they want the tax collector wants the money right now, which is weird. Escort. Located in District 19's nest, it looks like they've got a king, and this king, whatever that means, has retainers. Okay, according to some brief explanations, it appears to be a form of governance. Kind of like the nests and the wings, but not exactly the same. Don Quixote's eyes were practically twinkling when she listened, so I'm pretty sure it's far from a standard governance system. It's really sinking in that each nest has a distinct culture and its own way of running things. I still have no idea what kind of singularity they're supporting their nest with. 2. Longdong is from S-Corp. I was told that S-Corp deals with much of the agriculture and livestock industry. The Blade Lineage members we recently ran into were also from S-Corp, from the sounds of it. They left the nest for a similar reason to Longdong, internal issues and the tyranny of the corrupt. Things seem to be incredibly chaotic at S-Corp. Hopefully that's not where we're headed next. That's where we're headed next. The city's technology. Combat capability. There seems to be more than one way to get stronger in the city. Prosthetics and augmentation procedures, for example. But a physically strong body isn't all there is to being strong. Combat experience and technique matters too. Fixer offices, associations, syndicates, they each have their unique way of fighting, which sometimes evolves into swordplay styles, martial arts styles, dojos, and things like that. Healthcare tells me that there's an untrained, inexperienced body enhanced by surgeries just turns you into a slightly sturdier punching bag. Roshu chimed in that the type of procedure, choice of weapon, and style of martial arts matters too. I heard some identities with a lot of combat experience chatting. They were saying that investing money in your body will only take you so far. Sure, it can make your body sturdier and physically stronger, but you need the right experience and training to actually use that body. But Portrait clarified to me that while more money doesn't automatically mean more power, we should be ready to shell out some cash if we do want to get stronger. We're headed to T-Corp right now? Okay. So did the metal pipe falling go off after 5 hours on that one stream? It did. I feel bad for not watching streams as much because like I don't want the game spoiled. Are you actually playing it, Ash? Make people spoil, distort, and turn into abnormalities. Newbie, you are now distorting. We have been in T-Corp. I won't say... Wait, no, we are in T-Corp. This is T-Corp. Don't say the next one, obviously, which is very awkward with N-Corp. Monolith. Monolith, the black stele that forces people to distort. I think Limbus company internally calls it monolith. I think it does something similar to the golden bows, causing or amplifying distortions. But unlike the golden bows, it seems that that's all it's good for. I've been around enough golden bows to note that the monolith and the golden bows are different, despite some similarities. 2. The golden bow amplifies and releases every feeling, from the hottest emotions to the warmest emotions, but the monolith makes people face what's boiling in the deepest abyss of oneself. Unlike the golden bow, though, it seems to have some mechanism to it, like it's a device of sorts. The control mechanism alone was so complicated that whatever interaction I did with it felt like I was navigating through a maze puzzle. I low-key don't even remember what core of Canto 7 is in. You don't even get a cool distortion either, a newbie. You turn into Pekatulum. Yeah, become a Pekatulum right now. Yo, I got Thumb Rodeon. Let's go, Tat. The outskirts. Thanks to healthcare in Don Quixote, I recently and involuntarily came to learn that there are villages in the outskirts, human villages at that. I don't remember when it was, but I remember hearing that there are monsters in the outskirts that are separate from the abnormalities and distortions. Seems like they're just about as intent on killing humans, though. Gnomes and giants, intelligent, non-human beings. They're definitely different from abnormalities. We only stopped at the factory of the outskirts, so I don't really have a grasp on what the rest of the outskirts is really like, other than the Great Lakes are part of it, that is. But if they have a whole factory all the way out there, I guess I shouldn't even know what to expect from a place like that. Skinclear did say that like Damien said, it might be a nicer place than we think. Malefish immediately rebutted that no place, no matter how beautiful and rich, can be described as nice if it's filled to the brim with things that are full of nothing but hatred for humans. Wait, Red, can I get a setup tour at some point? Like, do you want to see my tour? Or sorry, do you want to see my tour is crazy. No, do you want to see my setup? I can show you my setup at some point. Risk levels. Each abnormality is categorized into different risk levels, divided into 5 levels. Oh, this was updated. We added Aleph. According to the brief manual, 5 levels seem to be Zane, Teth, blah, 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 Aleph. It seems that the postmortem observation logs written by sinners are sent to the upper echelons of the Limbus company, which are then the company uses to determine their risk levels. Show me your tour. Bet I'll show you my tour. What have Pekatulums ever contributed to the game? God, they're stupid. I just hate them. No, for real. Y'all want to see peak Flaming Arrow setup? It is, it looks kind of messy. I'm gonna be real with you. Apparently there are times when abnormalities risk levels are already rated before we submitted the observation logs. Healthcare told me that when he finally got to write the observation log after putting it off for a long while, he noticed that it was already marked with a risk level. Since the logs are probably connected directly to Limbus company headquarters, maybe they're checking these pretty frequently. 2. It seems pretty obvious, but the risk levels are rated based on the potential amount of damage that each abnormality can cause, and the difficulty of facing it in combat. I see. I suppose that's why they told the sinners to focus on the details of the combat encounter and each abnormality's identifying characteristics than writing the logs. But I also remember that some of the lower risk level abnormalities were harder and more complicated to fight than the higher risk abnormalities. Maybe it's the golden bow suppressing the abnormality's strength. I'm gonna guess that that's what Clefoth deterrence means, but it's probably just that there's some errors in the risk levels. So I asked FastGPT about those possible errors, and she proceeded to clear up a few questions I had about the difference between the abnormality's risk levels and the actual difficulty we felt when facing them. The standards of rating each abnormality's risk levels follow the Lobotomy Corporation definition of risk levels, which then the LCA used to rate them. Turns out the data from the Lobotomy Corporation didn't exactly match our on-field experience against abnormalities. The LCA is aware of this disparity. Sounds like they're going to announce some new standards to categorize them by. I was told that they were going to use our combat data and samples collected by Limbus Company to reorganize and recategorize the levels. Where's Bina when we need her? Actually, is there a grade 9 fixer in chat to deal with Pekatulum? Don't look at me. I ain't gonna wash up grade 9 fixer. Newbie is distorting! Maybe if I'm awake, Blue Star? What? Is this are you mentioning the peak game or sorry, the peak story Warrior Cats by any chance? Distortion, a phenomenon. I think this got updated at some point. A phenomenon in which a person turns into a monstrous form after a certain trigger. Somehow we ended up several distorted people through our journey, and we found a through line that connects them all together. I think people distort when they're pushed to the brink of emotional breakdown. One question though, from what I've seen out of the city, I'm pretty sure that there are literally countless people out there who are pushed to their emotional extremes. So why aren't we seeing more distortions? LOL, call your wife to deal with the distortion. Maybe there's a secondary trigger, a secondary condition other than being pushed to one's emotional limits. The higher ups of Limbus Company have so far categorized distortions by the same risk levels they grade abnormalities with. But the new announcement of the abnormality risk level adjustments and overhauls, they decided to classify distortions with a different system. Looks like they determined the fact that distortions can be permanently killed as the biggest differentiator between distortions and abnormalities. Looking back on it, abnormalities always reverted to an egg-like shape whenever we defeated them. Pekatula. They give off a similar energy to distortions, but these entities lack much identifying characteristics between them, at least between the same types. We have confirmed 6 types of Pekatulum so far. Longdong says that they're even closer to beasts than distortions are. Longdong says that when preparing the Pekatula to distortion, when comparing the Pekatula to distortions with what samples they've encountered so far, the Pekatula showed much higher levels of aggressiveness and antagonism than distortions did. Reading my worst enemy too. I'm not sure if this is thanks to the golden bow in my head, but I can somehow tell abnormalities and distortions apart just by the feelings they gave off. Just like how abnormalities and distortions are oddly similar, yet different from each other. Pekatula can appear to be oddly similar, yet different from distortions. This can occur to me and muse that if they feel similar yet different, then maybe they both come from the same source. And what failed to become a distortion becomes one of the Pekatula. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Those that fail to become distortions become Pekatula. That seems to be the most likely guess, unless anything new crops up. Risk level assessments and serial numbers for each Pekatulum are also getting reworked, probably thanks to those new Pekatula we saw at Yongjing Building. ChatGPT added that our encounter with the new entities and the need for the company to categorize abnormalities, distortions, Pekatulas separately was what brought the overhaul to the company's categorization system. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was thinking. Stage 2 Pekatula. We encountered an entity that seemed to be a more mature version of Pekatula that we have encountered so far. Sounds like the higher-ups at Limbus Company are trying to categorize them by something like stages. It can't be a coincidence that after so many encounters with these Pekatula that we've only now run into Stage 2 Pekatula. 2. The cinders have really grown stronger through our bus journey, but the Pekatula have also grown powerful. I've been thinking, and I've come to the conclusion that maybe these new types of Pekatula are showing up because of the Golden Bow. This probably has something to do with the fact that collecting Golden Bows powers up our identities too. Jeebus. If you continue to collect the Golden Bows, the type of Pekatula will grow as well. Golden Bows, Sinners, and the Pekatula. And there's a Golden Bow in my head too. I'm sure they're all connected to me in some way. There's no other way to look at this. There we go. Wait, what? Limbus Company? Oh, the LCA. Okay, there's more. The LCA, the most influential department in Limbus Company. Not sure what the acronym stands for. Maybe they work in tandem with the LCD for important distortion monolith retrieval missions. A team known as the Special Operations Unit is a part of the LCA. Everyone in that team that we've seen so far are tall. We're all tall, bulky, and dressed in black. Gets into the dungeon Pekatulum. Shmi too. Guys in Canto 1, the guys in Canto 1 had guns. I don't think they used them. The bug people? Actually true, there are some. I can't read. Red, I go sleep now. Good night, Ash. Mr. Pipes. Stop calling me Mr. Pipes, bro. The LCC. The LCCA. The after team doesn't seem to think so highly of me and the Sinners. They look down on pretty much the entirety of LCB. They probably think that the company's giving us special treatment or something. They think we have it easy? Maybe they should try dying over and over again and see if if we're really a bunch of spoiled babies, or feel the pain of death again and again and again with no end. Record 3. Saw's alive. Now this is a correction I'm happy to make. Sounds like she healed up nicely after what happened and got promoted to manager. I know what happened had been weighing heavily on Skin Clear's mind. Hopefully this will put Skin Clear's heart to ease even a little bit. The before team, like Sod and Pilot, at least worked alongside us, but that woman from LCCA, Kaiman, treated us in LCCB like we were beneath them. I felt pretty awful after that. The LCD, Limbus Company Distortion. Looks like they're a department that specializes in dealing with distortions. This department was made to expand Limbus Company's bus businesses inside this. Jesus Christ! Holy shit! Okay. An employee of the LCD called Ezra actively helped us during the monolith retrieval operation. I imagine she's what Don Quixote would be like if her personality was a bit more mature. Okay, I think that's everything. That is all the notes. We did all the notes. Sod had a gun at some point. Is that true? Is this true? All right, we're gonna actually play the game now. Finally. How could you not play the game for this long? What is wrong with you? Where's the bonus guy? I like the song, by the way. Oh, there she is. No, Blade Lineage. Okay. I'm gonna be lower level than I need to be for the rest of this, by the way. Did he get Rian-sang? I did. In fact, I did. I'm doing 10 XP Lux continuous until I feel like until I'm free. My bad, Mr. Jacob Pipes. Stop calling me Jacob and Pipes, okay? That is not my freaking name. Right, don't worry, you now have the best win rate IDs. Thank God. Anyways, I go now. I leave modding to you, Scorewing. Thank you, Poots. No worries. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you mods, by the way. Everyone type W mods. We love the mods. We love the mods. I'll keep an eye out. A lot more. We love the mods. Thank you, mods. W mods. We love the mods. Didn't protect me from one of the spoilers, but it's okay. That's more my fault because I keep looking at the wrong chat. You know what? In fact, I should probably just do that. I'll just do that. Stop reading this multi-chat one. I should go to sleep, but I'm committed to watching Red and modding. If you really need to sleep, Own, it's alright. Go to sleep. It's all good. I was a little distracted for that one, TBH. No, it's all good. I have a multi-chat window for myself, too. And that one doesn't update. No streamer, read me. I must be read. I read you, Lowell. Okay, I read you like an open book. That's what the frick I said. Yeah, buddy, go to sleep and let me spoil everything. I need to wake up at 8 for a game, but like, I can function with 4 hours of sleep if I need be. No, go to sleep, man. Go to sleep. Don't worry about it, bro. It's all good. I don't want you to ruin your sleep schedule for me. Just go to sleep. It's all good. It's all good, man. TKT is some of the best music. I know, it does. It does. I don't like YouTube because like YouTube auto translates shit. It's so annoying. I wonder, can I turn that off? I don't know if I can turn that off. YouTube auto translates shit, and it's always wrong. Scoring. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go sleep. Actually, wouldn't ruin it because I usually sleep later than this. A T-Corp staff in a different uniform approached the sinners as both sides went on the defensive. Is this one their ringleader? I'll show a little bit of it. He may be of a higher rank, but he is an employee of T-Corp all the same. The music is cooking in this interval, by the way. Which is to say that our insistence on meeting their demands with hostility may lead to a direct confrontation against the full force of T-Corp. You can disable auto-translate for videos, but I'm not sure about live streams. No. Like the chat, it auto-translates the chat. I don't know if you guys are seeing this as well. When I look at the chat, there's like it sometimes auto-translates some of the chats. I don't know how to turn that off. It doesn't show that for on screen. Like on screen, it just shows the original message, but like for me, when I'm reading it from my end, it does kind of do that. I mostly just want to look, and I know I couldn't go to sleep. My cat gave me allergies. No. Lay down your weapons now. Should you refuse to cooperate, all of you present may be considered hostile individuals by T-Corp, and we will use force to. I like that. How thrilling. This is bad. This seems like a great time for Virginius with his intimidating glowing eyes to appear. Man, weren't things much better between us and the guide bud only a few days ago? It's like it's been forever since then. Come on, don't glare at us like that. We had our reasons, Kay. They showed up out of nowhere and tried to extort a whole 10 billion yen, 10 billion on. 10 billion and 40 million on, to be exact. You really like saying that, don't you? Jeez. Yeah, the point is, there's no way we owe them that much money. We're kind of law-abiding citizens who are brimming with the sense of justice. Dawn's on screen, don't panic. Here. We just listened quietly for a moment as the sinners chattered on like they were part of a comedy skit. Yes, I agree that 10 billion on in taxes does seem unreasonable. However, it is a mystery to me how one stopped to think for a second about the troubles you might spark by starting a meaningless scuffle like this, and in the middle of the street, no less. We just let out a deep sigh before turning toward the T-Corp employee. We find it regrettable that this incident has led to bloodshed. However, 10 billion on in time tax is unacceptable. I'm sure that you know full well that 10 billion on's worth of tax isn't the kind of money that we can simply fork over in the middle of the street. I believe that it would have been more appropriate if you had provided us with some context, now that this number came to be, instead of suddenly marching up to us and demanding that we pay the time tax. I admit that such an absurd amount of time tax levied upon your group is almost unprecedented. We have been summoned to an emergency meeting in a relevant office to address the severity of this incident. I see your point. Why don't we move this conversation to the collections office in the relevant jurisdiction area for now and discuss possible solutions? Vergilius is back to being a tired dad. Oh, are we spoiling in other languages now? So will you see my message in English? I see your message. Yeah. Durnay? I see your message in English, and if I hover over your message, it's in Russian. But like when I see your message in English though. It's weird. I don't know why it does that. Case of the Gallows. These motherfuckers really put a time tax on time itself. We need to destroy Elon Musk. No, for real. Why are the names like that? What do you mean? This is the actual like literal translation, gang. Come on, guys. Chillax. Sorry, I also don't know Pekatulam. I see no translations. I don't know why it translates for me. Maybe I should check the other YouTube chat, because I have 2 YouTube chats, but I don't keep them open. Because I only need one. Yeah, YouTube auto translates chats. I don't know why it does that. I don't know what's going on. Translate these nuts automatically. It literally does. Is that German? It literally does. It automatically translates it. Intervallo or something? Yeah, we're in the intervallo. Until I'm done with this long dungeon. I've turned into a Pekatulam until I'm done with this long dungeon. Alright, we're gonna continue. The truth behind the absurd amount of time tax levied upon us was much simpler than I expected. About a week ago, a large-scale unauthorized temporal leakage phenomenon was observed at the Wuthering Heights Manor, which shot you up several stages in the progressive time use tax bracket due to the immense amount of time leak. A temporal leakage phenomenon? It refers to a deceleration in the flow of time within a certain physical field. In your case, it wasn't even a static deceleration field. It moved all over the manor for a good while, too. We measured about 4 hours worth of time in the process. I feel like that's a masterwork, kind of, that they planned that we'd be in T-Corp, which is the one with the time laws, this whole time, and they knew that in Canto 6 we're going to use the time powers for the very first time. And yeah, they even planned for that in this intervallo, which is really fun. If you don't finish, is Heisho Fa still meta? I actually don't know. Is Heisho Dawn meta? Well, I've had Heisho Dawn this whole time. That was the first idea I got. And I don't equip her anymore because you need a team. You need a team to support her. Heisho Foss is still meta, apparently. Holy shit, the Thumb Rodion Uptie story is long. I didn't read it. What the bloody hell is she blabbering about? A deceleration in the flow of time within a certain... Ah. She must be referring to the moment during which Dante granted us celerity as we were in pursuit of that man in the manor. Impossible. The manager's ability was activated for less than 30 minutes. It is most likely that your 4-hour measurement is a calculation error. Ah, no. Considering the odd sensation we had experienced as we departed the manor, it is probable that no error occurred in their calculations. Do you recall, Dante, as we left behind the manor? A few days ago. Aha! More pepper! Is there aught wrong with thy daily routine? Dawn's on screen, Dawn's on... First ID you got was Heisho Dawn? Yep. We had just returned to the Mephistopheles after the incident of the Wuthering Heights Manor. Most students were keeping to themselves, given the clear look of sorrow on healthcare. However, Don Quixote's ever-cheerful voice, like always, constantly shattered through the silence. I have identified an anomaly. We should have been issued the morning newspaper, not the evening newspaper. This is inconsistent with the amount of time we spent at that manor. Perchance 'twas an innocent mistake. Dawn's on screen. As long as I have been a passenger of this bus, morning papers have always been delivered during designated morning hours. The evening papers have always been delivered during the designated evening hours. The possibility that they have made a mistake cannot be completely ruled out. However, the likelihood of that is minuscule. Oh, now that I'm looking at it, that's a sunset, not a sunrise. I couldn't tell because of the lack of color. This cannot be! This must be the early hours of the morrow, is it not? I may have an idea to how this inconsistency came to be. Right, the TT4 protocol. What's that? Temporal velocity synchronization device, or something like that. I've seen an advert for it once, a luxury solution to all your time synchronization needs. Enjoy and equally leisurely hours together, or something like that. Oh ho! Tis quite unlike thee, Sir Healthcare. To use so many complicated words in a sentence, pray, shall someone explain it in a plainer language? Dawn's on screen, don't pack. It is an apparatus of equalizing the velocity for time for all those affected individuals under the TT4 protocol's influence. Aha, forsooth! I thought it quite odd how someone so affluent in time was moving and speaking at the same speed as the rest of us. Then, with this information, it can be concluded that the time we have experienced within the manor was flowing at a faster rate than the world outside. It is a coherent explanation as to why the evening newspaper, instead of the morning newspaper, was issued. Good. Now that the curiosity is sated, I don't suppose anyone has any issues with tackling a new job. LCA has sent us a new request to track down a distortion. As for more detailed information. So, activating my ability within the TT4 protocol caused... yes. Indeed, it was akin to tampering with the already accelerated flow of time. From an outsider's point of view, it would have appeared as though more time than what actually spent was leaked. This bloke knows what he's talking about. Also, you didn't just manipulate the time on a personal scale like I said. You affected the flow of time within a physical space. Let me remind you that it wasn't even a static field. You moved over that manor. You moved all over that manor. Honestly, this situation is completely unprecedented. Right, they used to activate only on special occasions, like we had plenty of guests over or a visit, because it was so bloody pricey. So, the time tax, you inflated your tax bracket, multiplied by the surtax per volume from this physical space covered by that temporal manipulation. Yeah, no wonder it all adds up to this insane number. It ain't like we knew something like this would happen. Well, anyway, you have two payment options to sell this time tax debt. Oi, options? What options? It ain't like bags of 10 billions growing from a tree, innit? Option 1, cash payment. Option 2, time payment. Yeah, about that. What's that supposed to mean anyway, paying with time? It means... oh. The employee who was about to answer our question with painfully observed annoyance suddenly jolted from the sound of an alarm. Understood. I just got a call that they're ready to hold an emergency meeting regarding this incident. Limbus Company may send 2 individuals to the meeting to represent your company. No need to tick-tock and fuss, Dante. Dealing with the complicated matters like this meeting is one of my responsibilities. Learn maths with Limbus. I will be joining them to discuss the possible solutions to your incident. So please keep the sinners under control. Except you, Miss Foss UPT. You're with me. Understood. Make another mess while I'm gone, and only Roshu will enjoy what comes next. Keep that in mind as you wait. Oh. Well, off you go, I guess. Didn't even give us a chance to ask them more questions. They're just leaving us like this? But isn't this whole mess basically what'll happen to us? About what'll happen to us? So this isn't anything serious, but that's more. What's More Pepper doing on the gallows? What? More Pepper, what are you doing up there? I was told stand here, so I have done so. Who told you to do that? I did. I was just trying to be helpful with your friend and your friend's little time tax problem. I thought all employees were supposed to be at the emergency meeting. Whoa, a clock with legs. How fascinating. If someone were to submit you for consideration at the upcoming expo, you would be even worth a participation trophy. You remind me of the time when a hapless soul submitted a timepiece that doubled as a compass and had a rather tragic and critical design flaw. You could tell the time or find your path, but never both at once. Tell directions and tell time. That was one thing on the other, leaving you lost in time and stranded in the streets. Oh, that was no good. Not at all. No, that's no better than a clock taped to a compass at the end of the day, is it? You could tell time or find your path. That's a shit, what is that called? That's a physics reference? That's a physics reference? Oh right, TT252 protocol is an operating of experiment is operating at an experimental capacity within this office space. So don't you forget, anyone not synced with the daily standard time might find this a little disorientating. So keep that in mind as well. What? Now that's a look of someone who's never once heard of the TT252 protocol, eh? TT252 protocol, as its name suggests, is an invention to address the temporal efficiency problem present in the TT4 protocol. It's doing test runs in only a few select T-Corp offices. So if you ever feel the urge to leave your impression of this new shiny thing, feel free to jot it down a few words on the bulletin. Wait a minute, who wrote that 3-star review? The man whom we presume to be T-Corp staff seemed very adept at holding a one-sided conversation with zero external input. He's a yapper. Oh god. A Frenchman near something death by neck related. How perfectly timed. Jesus, man. What are you cooking, man? Holy shit. Holy shit. What are you cooking? What is he cooking? What are you cooking? What is he cooking? Alright, lingering. Welcome back to the list. Are you here? You are here. What the frick, man? What the frick was that? Holy shit, perfectly timed too. Jeebus. French Revolution sim capitalism style. What is this translation? This is the accurate translation. This is what KGH wanted. Yeah. He's cooking the French, apparently. Star Wars! He's cooking the French. The French are being cooked. I'm free. Not that any of us could keep up with how fast he was speaking anyway. Anyways, if you're ready, let's get cracking. I am ready. Wait, I don't know if it's really a good idea a good idea to be ready for something that looks like the Orphic sending from the intimidating machine tightened around More Pepper's throat. Is that what it means to pay your time tax with time? Getting hanged from the gallows? Please call it by its precise given name, temporal scale gallows. It measures the exact amount of time that you owe and sucks that time right out of you. That wasn't the original name, mind you. There was simply too much hubbub and hullaboo about its excessively long name, which was approximately 58 words or letters. Let's get cracking. Yes. Why do I like his design? He looks good. I like him. Also, I did 10 consecutive EXP Lux for 30-minute module and not 60 each ticket. It's not bad, see? Still called gallows. Yeah, I'd like to crack Mersault. Can someone tell him what happened to tell him what'll happen to More Pepper? Is that thing gonna kill More Pepper? Kill him? Nonsense. It's a very gentle machine. That is simply preposterous. However, spoken in such manner, oft pretends that events of even greater ill fortune shall befall us. I'm not sure what might happen, actually. I suppose it'll suck 10 billion ons worth of time out of your friend. Stop being obtuse. What is that even supposed to mean? Is he going to be stuck like that for 10 billion hours or something? That's great. Well, not exactly. Let me tell you about the T-Corp's particularly generous system called the 4-hour daily minimum time guarantee policy. How generous, Even when the worst comes to worst, every citizen is entitled to enjoy a minimum of 4-hour days. According to T-Corp Public Welfare Council, 4 hours is the absolute minimum number of hours in a day to guarantee human survival. Survive being the key word here. Dante literally is a clock. Wait, really? Wait, you can't play that again? You can't play that? Okay, never mind. For some reason, you can't play the freaking clock noises again. The immortal yapper looks good in any outfit. No, for real. My, sucking 10 billion and 40 million ons worth of time from your friend was too much, I suppose. Look, it says measurement error. That rarely ever happens. Wait, you pulled the lever when you didn't even know what was going to happen? Just out of curiosity? Of course, 10 billion of time tax is a historically unprecedented amount of debt, so I had to see what will happen. You could land a first place in the lottery, and you still wouldn't even come close to making 10 billion on, and that's before taxes. I'd say you all belong in a museum of history, if I'm being honest. Having this guy as an announcer is one of the best torture methods PM ever created. Actually insane, yap-tastic, yap mastery. I know, I hate announcers that yap so much. I actually hate it. Science isn't about why, it is about why not! Besides, I haven't seen more than 150 hours of time tax willingly set up galleys before. Anyone beyond that is usually chooses to run the digs themselves into even a deeper debt hole. The point is, I scarcely expected someone with 10 billion on time tax just to walk up here like that. Oh, what is wrong with this guy? Awaken, more pepper. Prithee, surrender not to such machinery. Ha! Thou art unharmed? I am alright. Why don't you get down from the gallows now, more pepper? We're just GPT, who returned just as this incident occurred. We're both glaring at us with expressions that were anything but friendly. He was having fun. He was having a good time. You know what I like when someone is either scared or trying to be mischievous when their face is half shaded. Risol was just having a silly old time on the gallows, as all French people do. When did you mod the names, lol? What are you talking about? This is the official mod, gang. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, gang. Stormless. This is literally the official mod. This is literally the official mod of the game. He's getting a head massage, but not as good as I can. Okay. Lowell, don't you have a wife? Exposed? Question mark? Don't you have a wife, Lowell? Be quiet. Dante is manager Bud. Too lustrous. Yo, Ayo. Also, Kaipo changed their name again? Oh shit, I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, guys. I'm actually kind of low on energy. I'm gonna be real with you. Actually, you know what we can do? Let's just do the hard versions of these. Yeah. Let's just do hard versions and yap. Let's do the hard versions and yap. Can I go to sleep now? Yeah, you can go to sleep, newbie.